Is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Uchiha 3 long face skinny body, and we are back, of course, still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Now, before we get in the video, you already know the dealio. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. It's time to talk about the Queen Sarada Uchiha. Let's get it. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 32 has left us all in doubt, has left us all questioning. Well, I should say you all, because right now I'm reveling in the moment and I'm just salivating, pause, for the opportunity for Sarah to come back better than ever and to rightfully reclaim her throne upon the Uchiha clan on some Zuko status, right? But more importantly, but to reclaim her positioning and her stance amongst the community. Now, perception aside, guesses aside, theories aside, let's look about what Sarada has in store for her moving forward as of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 32. Now, essentially, when it comes to this Mamushi invasion, my thoughts, comments, and concerns regarding it lie more so on the players who are currently on battle that are active, i.e. everyone who's not Sarada and Kawaki. Now, if you were to ask me, my instincts are telling me somehow, some way, I don't know how or the answer today, but Boruto will be the one dealing the killing and final blow to this guy Mamushi. It does a lot for the character, it does a lot for how the story can progress forward in terms of the political stances and how people in Palm the Village actually perceive this guy Boruto continuously moving forward. But all of that aside, Sarada's eye has went out of commission. Now, the jokes are there. It popped like a bubble. It burst like a, bright idea. Yes, we all get it. Ha ha, it's funny. Memes aside, it actually looks like it's something very serious. Now, we've seen Mangekyo users, Mangekyo Sharingan users time and time again exhaust their powers. The eye fades out. They exhaust their chakras. They collapse. They faint. They fall out of battle. Hell, we don't even have to use examples from other Mangekyo Sharingan or Uchihas. We've seen Sarada fade out, pass out, and faint after using her Mangekyo Sharingan in the past, prior to destroying and disassembling this guy, Ryu, right? And initially, it always has that same flair, that same mojo to it, right? The eye kind of starts to disappear. We start to see the signs of exhaustion or chakra drainage, and they tend to fall out, pass out, you know what I'm saying, stumble, lose their footing. A lot of signs is for Sasuke, particularly holding his eye, right? But even with this girl Sarada, just in her last big battle in the last arc, we've seen her destroy this guy Ryu, right? Still have her eyes open post destruction, post explosion with her Hirume Jutsu. Her eyes deactivate, the Jutsu deactivates. She slowly starts to fall, fade throughout the sky, but before Mitsuki eventually catches her as the gravity stops manipulating around her, right? And in this case, right when Sarada is going for the killing blow, things take a drastic turn. It's not more so a slowdown or a fade away period, it's more so an immediate shutdown. So that distinct difference there is the main concern, especially amongst Sarada fans, but amongst those who I believe aren't looking at the overall bigger picture. Now, simply put, this is definitely a different instance than what initially would happen if you simply just overused your chakra or overexerted yourself while using your ability, you know what I'm saying, or basically whatever the consumption amount of chakra the ability consumes, as we've seen with Sarada, like I stated at the end of the Sand Village. And here in this case, Boruto's reaction, the immediate reaction of a lot of people, especially those who want to joke about it, but those who are serious, who have the consensus or the belief that her eye actually exploded. The visual effects that Ikimoto decided to go with have very key differences and key signs that lets us know, no, something actually big is going down with this girl Sarada, particularly with her Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, as for the EMS, we've talked about this time and time again. So regardless of how she gets her new eyes, how she upgrades her Mangekyo Sharingan, we know that it's something that has to come. It's something that has to occur for her in order to avoid her completely going blind. There's no other way around it for the Uchiha clan. So Sarada's eyes will be something dealt to her, but is this something that Ikimoto wants to give us right away? Now, right now, she's played her part against this guy Mamushi. We know she has a next big battle against Hidari. All of the symbolism is there for her being the daughter of Sasuke, Hidari being the Shinju clone of Sasuke. You know what I'm saying? This guy Boruto has promised to Sasuke to protect Sarada and eventually solve the issue that's currently undergoing with the world, i.e. omnipotence. So Sarada has a much bigger role to play. The in-story narratives and directives that allude towards her Mangekyo shown leave an ominous, you know what I'm saying, role for her particularly, and that role I can't say for sure or for certain has absolutely been fulfilled, especially since she just awakened her eye and power within her last fight. And within this current fight, aside from taking down the 20 Mamushi clones in the prior chapter, there hasn't been any significant growth for her power-wise to tell me that this is now time for Ikimoto to take the next step, as opposed to actually taking the next step in terms of showing us how much further development her Mangekyo Sharingan has gotten, the dangerous repercussions and the peculiar differences with this particular Mangekyo Sharingan. Being in Sarada, we know it takes an enormous amount of chakra compared to other Mangekyo Sharingan. So is there another ability that Ikimoto is hiding in the cut? Like I stated earlier, there's gonna be time until we see the full threshold of the Mangekyo. There's time when we got Sasuke's, we only saw the one ability, and it took nearly almost 2 years until we figured out, oh, his second ability is basically just flame control. And we're right around the same benchmark. It's been over a year, pushing on 4 years since we've even had Mangekyo Sharingan introduced for Sarada, right? Over a year since she re-debuted with this ability, with this new power. So it's about time for Ikimoto to start getting his hands dirty. It's always giving the idea of, you know, whenever she uses her ability, aside from this one time, it's an instant kill. There's essentially nothing that can stop, reverse it, or prevent it from going on once it's active and once she's on a roll. So her having to go out the way she did against Mamushi had to occur, because if not, she would have ended the entire arc right then and there. Even Mamushi himself says that was a close call. So even with the hypotheses and theories in the past, like maybe an opponent who can fly could be a better counter to Sarada, is completely thrown out the window. So Ikimoto had to give her a backseat, you know, readjust, and slightly, if you want to say it and if you don't want to say it, nerf the character before re-implementing her back into the story where her power is absolutely needed. Now, the EMS will give her eternal usage of her eye. Aside from stamina and chakra drainage, right, she will no longer be able to go blind. She will always retain her light. So that is something that we're looking forward to for the character, and I believe we are going to have these baby steps upcoming within the next arc. Now, call it, I don't know, call me crazy if you want to, but I just feel a flashback coming up in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 32 to explain the cliffhanger that we had ended off in 32. Whether it revolves around Sasuke and Boruto, whether it revolves around the secrets about the Uchiha, or whether it revolves around this guy Kashin Koji, I feel a flashback coming in 33, and in that way Ikimoto has a little bit more wiggle room to allow things to make a little bit more sense. So will it be the EMS for Sarada in the immediate future? I don't know, but I highly doubt it. Yet further development for the character in terms of how she maintains and progresses forward with her power, without a shadow of a doubt. I do want it to be a little bit more on the bias side. Yes, we can see Sarada walk around with eye patch. We can see the repercussions of her overusing her ability and her being limited and restricted in terms of her being able to actually use her right eye, having to make the conscious and mature decision, I'm not going to use this eye, and therefore we're able to explore the more lucrative abilities of her Mangekyo Sharingan, a possible more easier to maintain ability that drains less chakra, that takes less chakra consumption, i.e. we understand the Mangekyo Sharingan in itself contains chakra drainage and is very heavy in terms of its toll usage on the body, but compared to Ohirume, it must be extremely light. It must seem like a cakewalk. So give us a little bit more to flesh out with her full Mangekyo, possible clues and hints at her Susanoo. I'm not saying a full body, but hints and clues to let us know that it's there, that Ikimoto has a plan. And I think that's ultimately the main thing he's going to do. He's going to start opening a little bit more of the hints and clues that we've already been getting, but started to flesh out and present to us new ones that allow us to understand the near future and far off future that he might be going down the road with this Sarada character. Trust me, there's going to be some type of change to occur prior to the Hidari fight, but the real big change that we all want, I can't say it, it may be on the tip of my tongue, but who knows what it will be. But that main change, that final Sarada, you know what I'm saying, form, that's gonna come post Hidari battle, and I bet my bottom dollar on it. Yet right now it's like a cocoon period. She's in a molding period, and it's a very difficult phase, because this phase is extremely vulnerable for the person, but upon making it to the next phase and completing this current step, you will be blossomed and turned into something completely and utterly brand new. So I'm excited for Sarada, and I know for a fact Ikimoto has a lot for her going in the future. But if we give her the EMS right now, let's just be honest, brand new eyes right now, no one's gonna stop her. An eternal Mangekyo Sharingan with Ohirume. Forget her left eye ability. Forget a Susanoo. No chakra drainage, no strain, and all she has to do is worry about stamina. In terms of her, yeah, it's over, bro. It's really over, because at that point, if we look at it, 2 to 3 uses is something that she can probably manage or muster up per day, refine, build, and you know what I'm saying, and learn to control her chakra earnestly. That's something that it's like a dangerous ballpark Ikimoto drew himself in. So even when she gets the Eon Best, in real life might have to nerf her and say, hey, I'm not gonna let her be able to use this ability more than 3 times a day, on some like Sasuke stuff where the Tomoe and his Rinnegan disappear if he uses his ability too much. Simple like that. Just keep it clean and cut and simple, because at this point, upgrading her to allow her to use her Ohirume safely just means danger in the end for everybody else around Sarada. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns below. How do y'all think Ikimoto will be moving forward with the character, and what are y'all most looking forward to with her brand new EMS, or her brand new power up? It's your boy Black Chat 3. Holla at you, bro. I'ma holla at y'all. Black Chat out. Yes, sir. Ski.